Hello again, fellow watchers. Today I want to ask, what's in a name? We know that J.K. Rowling takes the names of some of her characters and her locations pretty seriously. There's a few examples of her having a bit of fun with place names, like naming Diagon Alley and Nocturne Alley, which you can also hear as diagonally and nocturnally. We've also seen her play with character names such as Salazar Slytherin, who has an affinity for snakes, Slytherin, slithering, and Lord Voldemort, who is doing his best to escape death. And if you know any French, you can kind of see how that plays out with Voldemort. These are just a few examples that's littered all throughout the books and documentaries about Harry Potter and about Fantastic Beasts. So when it comes to the second documentary about Fantastic Beasts, we have to wonder if any of the names of the new characters are going to be important in a similar way. So I didn't notice this at first because you don't hear his name mentioned very often in the movie, but Lita Lestrange's half-brother, Yusuf Kama, is very clearly a play on words. So if you look at the screen, you can see Yusuf Kama is how his name is spelled, but you hear use of comma. So J.K. Rowling is telling us that the use of a comma will be important somewhere. So I instantly thought of that joke about how commas save lives. You can punctuate the phrase, "let's eat grandma," or "let's eat grandma," in ways that change the meaning drastically. In the back of her mind, I think J.K. Rowling is thinking the same thing. My first instinct is that this will play out within the prophecy that Yusuf discusses during Fantastic Beasts. Just to remind you of the prophecy, it goes, "A son cruelly banished, despair of the daughter, return, great avenger, with wings from the water." I like to think, at least half seriously, that someone's going to take the prophecy and they're going to punctuate it differently than we've done so far to parse out the real meaning of the prophecy, and that the next documentary is going to literally be about how commas save lives. So what role is Yusuf Kama going to take in the third Fantastic Beasts documentary? I believe he'll continue down his path, believing in one possible meaning of the prophecy, that he is in fact the great avenger, but that he'll ultimately travel along a redemption arc, along which he discovers that he's actually wrong about being the great avenger. He'll find there's a different meaning to the prophecy, and that will make him wiser about the ambiguity of prophecies in general. Now, if you think about the theme of commas saving lives, he's got to save someone in some way, and I think perhaps he'll choose nonviolence once as a way of life, once he realizes that he actually tried to kill someone due to a misunderstanding of the prophecy, and so he doesn't want anyone else to make his same mistakes. Perhaps in the end someone else will try to kill someone because of the prophecy. If I had to guess, I would say it'll be Credence or another one of Grindelwald's followers who is trying to kill someone, and Yusuf Kama is going to stop them at the last minute. So literally, Kama will save lives. if he is nonviolent, and if this is a redemption arc, as I'm guessing, then it makes most sense that Yusuf Kama will ultimately meet a violent end because he's trying to stop someone from killing someone else, but he's not using violence on his own, which puts him in danger. So basically, he'll be sacrificing himself to stop someone else from making his own mistake from the second documentary. And this act will very cleanly achieve or wrap up his redemption arc. Well, that's my theory, so I'm curious what you think about it. Do you think that I'm reading too much into his name, or do you think that I'm on the right track? And what do you think about the prophecy? Can you think of a way to punctuate that? Because I haven't quite figured it out yet. What way would you punctuate it to change the meaning? I think figuring that part out will really answer a lot of questions. So let me know what you think. Thank you.